All right, hello and welcome to another episode of English Fun Academy and another English lesson, another exciting English lesson. Okay? All right, so these are questions in the past simple with the be verb being was and were. So these are just simple past questions or past simple questions using the be verb. Pretty straightforward, actually. They're pretty straightforward. Just use was or were, okay, depending on the subject. Okay. These ones was, were, I, you, he, she, it. These are in the singular, and you, we, they with were are in the plural. Okay, using plural. All right. So without further ado, if you're asking a question, you just put was or were before the subject to make a simple affirmative question. Okay? So, for example, was I? The example is, was I late for school? Was I in the right place? Was I on time? Okay? So again, was I late for school? So a simple affirmative question. Yes, you were. No, you weren't. Something like that. Okay. And were with you. Were you? Okay. Were you? In the right place? Were you okay with that? And the example I wrote here is, were you in the library yesterday? So, were you in the library yesterday? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Okay. I was, at home, something like that. No, I wasn't. I was at home. Yes, I was. Okay. Was with he, she, or it as the subject, use was. Okay. Was again before the subject. You notice that all the be verbs in the past tense come before the subjects with the affirmative questions. Okay, in the simple past. Okay. So was he? Was she? Was it? Okay? And the examples are, was he hungry yesterday? Was he hungry yesterday? Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. Was she? Was she looking for mom? Was she looking for mom at the park? Yes, she was. No, she wasn't. Okay? Or was it? Was it a good show? Was it a good show? Was it exciting? Was it all that you expected? Something like that. Yes, it was. Or no, it wasn't. Okay? So most of these, again, you can just answer with, yes, it was, or no, it wasn't. Okay? This one here, when you go into the plural, use were with you in the plural and we and they, okay? Were you entertained? Were you entertained by the dance troupe? Were you entertained by the movie? Yes, I was. Or, no, I wasn't. Okay? Simple as that. Were we? Were we? Were we at the location? Were we at the right place? Yes, you were. No, you weren't. Okay? Something like that. Were we at the location? Were we at the right place? Yes, you were. No, you weren't. And again, if you're talking to someone outside the group, then they can answer yes, yes, you were, no, you weren't. If you're talking to other people in the group with we, so were we at the right, were we at the location? Yes, we were. If you are including yourself in that group, if you are not including yourself in that group, if someone outside that we group is answering the question, then you can say yes, you were, or no, you weren't, in using you in the plural. Okay. All right. So I hope that's clear. Were they all right? Were they in the right place? Were they okay with that? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. It's really as simple as that. So were they? Were they all right? Were they okay with that? Were they going in the right direction? Yes, they were, or no, they weren't. Okay. So again, these are pretty straightforward. In the simple past tense, be verb questions. Just use was with I. were with you, and was with he, she, it in the singular. Okay, and then use were with you in the plural, with we and they, which are both plural naturally. Okay, and these are some examples. So I hope that's clear, and I hope the simple past tense doesn't give you too much difficulty. But let me just before I go stress this one point, that affirmative questions can easily be made. To make a question, the verb was or were comes before the subject. Okay, so these are the subjects: I, you, he, she, it, we, you, we, and they. And just put the past simple be verb before the subject to make a question. So, for example, if I was to say, I was late for school, that is a simple statement in the past tense, right? But if I want to make it a question, I just put was before the subject. Was I late for school? Okay, and then if it's a simple statement using you in the singular, like you were in the library yesterday. You were in the library yesterday. I saw you there. But if I want to make a question out of it, I just put were in front of you, and were you in the library yesterday? I don't know. I didn't see you there. Okay? And again, it's the same with the others. So you just put was or were before the subject to make the simple the questions in the simple past tense or the past simple. It's really that easy. The simple past tense it doesn't have a lot of exceptions. There isn't too much that's very complicated about it. So I hope that's clear, and the construction is pretty straightforward. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you learned a lot, and certainly if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or something. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day or afternoon or morning or whatever it is.